under a geomagnetic storm. We also have just entered what we say now is more than 50 million on alert for a snow and ice storm that is taking place across the United States. It's also taking place in areas like Canada. But scientists came out and said that this strong solar flare could disrupt life on Earth. And we need to look deeper into what that looks like and what can we do to be prepared for this scenario as a community and be aware as the weak spot in the magnetic field starts to grow even more. And that is from more solar radiation incoming as well, affecting a lot of things. Now, there's this winter alert that's going out about the demand is rising faster than resources, and we're heading to an area where, if you look at this map right now, which areas are you in? These are specific high risk zones, and these are areas that are also at risk during this extreme winter scenario. So you got New England, you got the Northeast where Washington is at, a lot of areas in Texas, and we got more details on all this. So you need to be ready for this event because this one is a little bit more extreme than what they're saying we usually have. And that's right during this solar storm. Not saying that they're linked, but something here is going on. And you can see right here a 6 to 10 day outlook on what's going to be happening. So a lot of people ask, is this the um, slow phases of the solar cycle 25 that we've entered in, the changes in everything around us? So I want to read something to you really quick. NRC's 2025-2026 Winter Reliability Assessment highlights regions at elevated risk of electricity shortfalls due to extreme winter conditions, including right here, the Maritimes, New England, parts of Southwest Texas, portion of the West Stripe Maritime areas indicate specific risk to natural gas pipelines. So there's going to be risk also as well. So moving just a little bit deeper into the scenario, this was something that maybe played out a little bit earlier on, and I'm going to get to it. But it was some shielding that they were doing before all this started to happen in the year. As you can see, cars like piled up and like lots of snow. All these scenarios taking place. Off in the background, though, I'm going to pull up exactly what I was just telling you about because I have it here and I want you to see this. Oh, and another reason that some of the areas are going to have these blackouts, I mean, you probably wouldn't take a good guess, but I'm going to tell you right now, is because data centers expansion is rising, right? And it says blackout risk during extreme winter. So a lot of these data center expansions, check it out. Just if you're close to any data centers and new expansion areas, just know that your area is going to be under more strain because of that. So what you need to go do is identify, are you close to those areas, whether you're in Texas, whether you're in New York, whether you're in Canada, whether you're in Australia, wherever you're at. This is causing a huge strain this year. And the AI whole thing they involved with it is affecting us in a way where not just the solar storm is hitting, Earth, and then we got these situations where we're looking at, I'm gonna pull this up, like blizzards, and blizzards across Gulf Coast areas. We're talking about, this is an outlook, January 21st, 2025, widespread snow across the coast, Gulf Coast blizzard warning is what they're already projecting. So people said we need to hose those. We don't need those dang data centers. I thought you said you need to hose them, like put water on. I was like, that ain't gonna work if you said that. But moving a little further into the scenario, you notice that still it's kind of hot looking. So again, like the possibility of chance in like the lower portion down there in Florida, kind of not getting all the cold. So again, that's interesting there that that's happening. And we're going to be looking at the wind flow, the movement. Now, here's something as the earth starts to change, and we was looking into this because I was like, well, earlier in the year, they started preparing to shield certain technology And we can see right here, if you look on screen, that they were saying that they needed to deploy electromagnetic radiation shield deflectors. And they said this would create a zone of minimum radiation and magnetic plasma effects for spacecraft. Kind of said, plasma said that really loud right there. My bad if they like started plasma deflect. But here's another thing, that what's happening with the plants in the soil is something that we're not hearing much about. There was cameras deployed for earth movement earlier in the year as well, before all this was happening. So I think that we need to look at what's happening with the crops, because the last solar storm we had, one of the meteorologists came out and he said, his name was Todd, he said the soil got electrified like 10 times more than normal. And so how does that affect your plants is what we're going to look into, whether you're growing outside as well. So a solar storm just hit Earth. Here's how it may affect some crops. And with this section, what you can do is you can just literally screenshot this and just take it for later. I'm not telling you to read it all, but basically this is the basics to it right here. This is the basic things you could do, but not just the basics. We go a little bit deeper here. You'll be able to take this. You can shield the plants from radiation, cover the gardens with shade cloths, roll covers, move potted plants under shelter if possible. It's going to be important because this can disrupt certain things with your crop supply as this stuff is hitting the ground. So remember, just screenshot this part. You can pause it whenever you need to and just take this, look at it again. I generated this myself from looking into farmer information of what they've been doing. So I think this is going to be important because I don't think people talk much about the soil effects. That is going to be very important. Somebody says, I would not allow the energy companies to put a smart meter on my house nor my thermostat. Well, yeah, that happened. And like, that was one of the biggest problems. We lost the incandescent bulbs years ago when they started passing them out. So now that we have this demand rising faster, I'll tell you, let's pull this up because this is a part of the situation as well. We got to mention this. And it's the rising centers. And while all this is happening, I forgot to bring this up. We have this event as well. Remember, the UN activated the Earth Planetary Defense over the 3i Atlas situation. So all in one, we have all these things happening. So NASA quietly activates Earth Shield for planetary defense. Global eyes turn to December 29th event. And that's when it all will be playing out. It's already slowly started to play out as far as from November 27th all the way up into the 29th. So this is going to be, maybe they see something incoming that we don't. Maybe it's something involved with much more than what we think here, outside of a solar storm, outside of just ground level events that's happening. And we will be diving into that, getting all the information as well. Beans Frank says, we held off for 6 months and they threatened to turn off electricity. Where was this at actively in the chat? Let us know. Beans Frank, that's his name in the chat. So I'm not making up a name if people think that's what's happening. Here's what I think is very important. So as things started to shift, early in the year, they started putting these cameras out. And I don't know if y'all saw them, but I'm going to make you aware of it now because I think this ties into the whole big agenda as well. Before I get to that, though, remember, I was just telling y'all December 5th is my birthday. I've been doing this for 7+ years for everybody here. If you look down in the chat, one thing I didn't do was put Venmo down there. So I will throw Venmo down there. If you look in the chat, you can help us out. You can support us. You can be a part of the mission as you already have been. Without you, I wouldn't be able to do half the things I do. So I really appreciate everybody there. You can find PayPal. You can find Cash App down there as well. Again, like I said, this has been a rough year. And the year being so rough, you've helped me get through that. So again, I set a goal yesterday, and I appreciate you who did donate yesterday. But usually in mass, I see a lot more people. So I was just saying, like, if you don't get notifications and you tune into this video, December 5th is the B-Day. Help me out as I go through this situation right now where I'm now shifting my entire lifestyle in order to maintain what I can through the background. So really my whole year is not even going to be about my birthday or anything like that. It's mainly about helping you, as it's always been. I've been here every holiday, every part of the year, even you've got all the information you needed from me. So in simple return, I just ask for support while I'm going through the mission, while I'm going through the battle that's upcoming, and so that you get all this information and we continue to thrive together. Now, I want to get into this. And I'll still be here if you want to go donate while you're live. People's how old will I be? I'll be 33. 33 years old. So let's go into this though. I want you to see something very important. So they started doing this. They started installing these monitors. This was a little bit earlier in the year. And so what they did though was this was to detect Earth movement. Appreciate that $2 super chat. All the links are in the live chat. They get to me directly without YouTube taking anything. So here's what's going on. Since they installed these monitors for Earth movement, check it out. I think a lot of people didn't notice this was happening. So Tennessee, remember, is close to New Madrid Fault. And these are being put up not just in Tennessee, in the Carolinas as well. Now, let me know in the chat if you've seen these put up. They're saying they're doing this because landslide events are happening and they want to monitor this. The shift on the earth beneath us is happening. They're saying that the Department of Transportation workers need to be more aware of this because as these shifts happen, they don't want people to go through collapsing roads or infrastructure that they should have already fixed. But some things is not fixable when the earth is sinking beneath you. So there you go. The state of North Carolina Department of Transportation has put this out. So somebody says, how old are you now? I am currently 32. I said I'm going to be 33. I guess you didn't tune into that part or you didn't hear that part. But again, if you're just tuning in right now, what we're looking at is that the solar events that's hitting the ground are somehow being managed in a way where a lot of us, these electromagnetic shield deflectors is interesting because they are, let's read this right here, is DERDS is deployed in space away from protected spacecraft to remain between radiation source and the spacecraft. This is a photo by NASA. So it's creating this zone of minimal radiation. Now, what I want to watch for with you and everybody here over the next course of weeks, some of you were showing me clips that NOAA was traveling along the coastlines, and this was in New Jersey at first, a little bit back before all this started to happen. Now, when they travel along the coastlines, this was way before any significant events start to happen. But I want you to start noticing what they're wearing. And if we see more like this aluminum style wear of things, because they've been putting these solar shields up and it's been all this aluminum style wear that's going on that's looking very strange. That tells us they are shielding from solar radiation even with their suits. So I want to see in the chat who are seeing stuff like that. My says happy 33rd birthday. Appreciate that, Robert. And all new people, just hit the subscribe. If you've not been here, you don't know what's going on. I'm constantly covering all these events and getting the information out to everybody as we go through this winter storm, which is at the same time of a geomagnetic storm. Same time we have the earth shifting in a way that we haven't seen before. As a community here, though, we are due for always looking out for each other. And that's what we've done over the last 7 years. And that's how we've made it through a lot of different situations. Appreciate another super chat. But, again, I'm going to share the links for you so you guys can send it right away to, there you go. There's Venmo down there. There is also another link to PayPal. And again, if you're donating, let me know if you did. Let's try to reach a goal here. Let's do it while we're live. And you donate, just ask me questions right now. I can answer any question you need answered. Also wanted you to be aware of something if you're planning on. People have been looking at some videos that I'm putting out, and they've been looking for like zones to be in and what's better. A lot of the zones are collapsing. But they're about to along this area, you got to see this right now. So I want you to be aware of this because this is like an old super volcano that people don't know about. And what they're about to do is go underneath there to a mine. So I want you to notice because why is if anything potentially starts to take place, you'll know beforehand. So this just came out. And on the 29th, and the world's largest lithium deposit valued at 1.5 trillion lies under supervolcano in the United States is buried beneath an ancient volcanic crater on Nevada-Oregon border. Let's show you what that looks like. And you're like, well, why does this matter? Because it's going to shift like things really, it's going to really shift things a lot. Appreciate that, Sharon, for saying happy birthday. Somebody says, hi, thanks for going live with this info. No problem. So this is where it sits at. Now, when we go over here, long as this thing is really still dormant, they're saying it's dormant, but let's make sure that any activity doesn't start showing. Ancient volcanic crater could turn the U.S. into the new global epicenter of clean energy. So as you can see, they will probably already there doing some things in these locations that we're going to need to stay real. Like this is right next to locations that are very important that we should watch. So again, if the stream goes down for a second, then just make sure like you stay here. Somebody says happy solar return. Appreciate that super chat. Another $20. I appreciate that. Let's see if anything is incoming on the other side. So far, no contributions as far as the Cash App. Most of everybody doing super chats, which is totally fine. But if you send it to me right now, I get it right away. So if you're after the stream is over, you can see that at the top of the comment sections too, where you'll be able to help me out. So everybody's sending it into the video. Send it directly to the Venmo. Send it directly to, because I can get it right away. YouTube's going to take like 30% of it if you send it here. So there you go. There's the links again. And I appreciate all the happy birthdays too. Like I said, again, I'll show this on screen. We're almost hitting our 8th year. I went back and I looked at some comments and I noticed that some of y'all have been following me for almost that 8-year span, which is insane, which is crazy. And I appreciate all the support. But again, when you click the link in the live chat instead of the, instead of clicking the super chat, you get it to me right away. When is my birthday? It's December 5th. Yes, I'm Sagittarius. 40% isn't it why robbery? Well, they take 30%. So again, that's 70. If you send it to those links though, Cash App doesn't take that. PayPal doesn't take that. They take small percentages, and Venmo doesn't take that either. So that's going to really be helpful. What right now do I need to address for everybody? So if you're just tuning in these locations right now that you would like to know about these next 5 days, what do you want me to be looking for you? You're supporting me. I'm here for you. I'm doing the mission because you're supporting the mission, in that this is my path of life I've chosen to do. I believe I didn't choose it. I believe I was chose to do it. And I stuck with it for 7+ years. And so all these things that I'm doing right now and giving all this information, I think hopefully it helped our people over the years. Hopefully it helped, you navigate the crisis and not feel scared, but feel prepared. So somebody says late reading through. I think the Bitcoin Center data is too. Oh yeah, that's all affecting the situations at hand here. We just mentioned how that's affecting Texas if you just tuned in. So yeah, be aware of that. And what I want to do is like a full live stream and just cover events eventually. Gonna have to have equipment for that though. Somebody says the Northeast, what to expect this polar vortex. All right, y'all. So trying to hit a goal right now, and I see that we do on these streams. We have some super chats, but checking on the back side, and I don't see anything coming through Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. So remember, those links are going to be at the top. Make sure you send it there. It gets directly to me, and I can. So just like I said, I don't even know if I'm going to do anything. So I'm too focused on bills, focused on life, being behind, trying to catch up. and consistently putting this information out. You're helping us move forward though when you do that. So again, I'll leave the goal at the bottom of the top of the comment section so you can know how much has come in. Therefore, you will know, like, if I reached, oh, did he reach to 500 he was needing in order to get through the week or get through the month. Because like I said, YouTube totally crippled us and brought us down. We don't sit down here and have revenue talks with you all the time, but you've seen my moments where I've been bad and you've helped me out of them. But the thing is, I've had to shift my entire life. But one thing that never shifts is the way I come out to put this information. You can always rely on me to be here until I stop breathing. I'm going to do this because I feel that this is a necessity for a community. So this is the one thing I would do. They said, what is the one thing you would do if you had, like, it didn't require money? I would still be community oriented. I would still do this. I would still feel, this makes me feel connected with a purpose. What all of you do here, when you bring me information, when you watch the videos, it's a sense of more purpose and connection. Because in a world where people are so disconnected, in a world where people barely want to look you in the face when you're just going up to get your order or pick up an order of food, or or people barely want to trust each other. I feel here that we've found that, even though from a distance. And I said that if anything ever happened with this community where we would take off and things got big, it wouldn't just be revolving around me. It would revolve around community. And so, yes, I've been throughout the course of 7 years, I've had ups, I've had downs. You've been here to see it. But the one thing that remained was that everybody here pulled each other together through all these different things. So I'm really appreciative to all of you. And I feel like I haven't said that enough. So I do apologize for that, because I just kind of focus on giving you the value, giving you the information. But sometimes on a personal note, I just want you to know that you're appreciated for everything that you've done for JWTV, for not just me, but just my entire outlook on everything. I mean, we've grown together over these course of years, and the new people tuning in may not know everything that's going on, but they'll start to get it as they continue to be here. Somebody says, are you unable to work? Are you pushing for money? Oh, I am. I'm doing little side time gigs, but again, whenever you do more here, whenever you support here, I can be here more. So no, I'm not like just only doing this. At one period, yes, I was. For the longest I was, but things changed. They shift things on YouTube, and that was in 2025 this year. That's when everybody's seeing those drops happening, and it was not the same. So again, a lot of people are leaving and doing different things because this is the shift. This is what they were expecting. Like they want to push the corporate stuff. They want everything to be centered around whatever the confirmed situation is. And sometimes it's not going to be like that. So here, somebody says, can you imagine so long ago saying quit eating seafood and save the children? Now I know I was right. Yeah. And that's all those radioactive shrimp recalls we had. Not just that, it was in herbs, it was in spices. That was, and then the imports was from Indonesia, but who knows how much is on that level. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Appreciate that. I just seen one person send something to Cash App. Thank you, Tabitha, for the 20. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. So yeah, like again, if you like everybody just send it there, that'll be a great help. Really, yesterday it was probably only 2 people sent something to Cash App, not Cash App, but PayPal. It was like a few others that sent them there. I don't want you to have to go look up into the stream so far though, if you are trying to donate while we're actively live with you. So I'm putting it up there again so people can catch it. The sad part is now, like, half of you don't even get the notification. So I know almost every day when I post a video, you don't even get it. So if you go down there right now in the live chat and click Cash App, you can send there without any fees being taken out. Send it to PayPal as well, Venmo. All of those really help support us push through everything that's going on. So once we go through all these events, we will be here to cover these events in live time. And again, like we said, your help, your support really helps me move this mission forward. Without you, I can't do it. The birthday is December 5th. So anything you're saying will literally push us to the next level and help us continue to be here as much as possible. I don't want to downscale. I'm going to keep upscaling if you allow me to. Thank you all for your support, and just click the links in the lower section of the comments and you will find it, and in the description. And if you don't know how to, just contact me, sjackson2447 at gmail.com if you want to send via MoneyGram or anything like that. Thank you all, and love for you for all the support.